Hello everyone, welcome back to Milk and Cookies Total War, and this is game 3 of my matchup with AggonyTwitchy, and the map choice was not ours to choose. It was set as Nishizawa Valley. I actually think this map is terrible. The big mountain on the left is no fun to fight over, and so I decided that I was just going to stay in the river, and I was going to go with a matchlock build. So I have a matchlock warrior monk with 125 range, a matchlock samurai, and a matchlock ashigaru. And maybe the biggest mistake in the match was something that I had no control over, and it was putting my matchlock ashigaru on the left flank. And you'll see what I mean in a couple minutes. But I also brought my long yari ash again, some katanas, pretty much the same infantry core, wako, no dachi, actually no wako, 2 no dachis, 2 katanas, long yari ash, and then the 3 matchlocks and some cav in the back, some yari cav and some light cav. And I saw off the bat that he was pushing the hill, and so he's going to get the farmhouse. And again, I'm going to concede the shrine to him. What I wanted to do, and I still think it was a pretty smart idea, was to just retreat and stay on the other bank of the river so that he had to cross through the shallows to get to my matchlocks, and I could do a lot of damage to him as he crossed. But I am going to try to get some preliminary shots off. I do have a 125 range matchlock warrior monk on the right flank, and if I had it on the left flank, you'll see what I'm talking about in a couple minutes. But they're going to get some preliminary shots off, get some kills on his very dangerous Yari Samurai with 23 defense. And again, Twitchy, I knew that he was going to be rushing me. It's the style of play that he likes to do. And matchlocks are a good counter to rushers. He's pushing up now. He's coming at me pretty fast, and I realize that an engagement's going to probably happen in the river. And so I think it'll be favorable for me if he crosses, and I get some shots off as he crosses with my matchlocks and do as much damage to his infantry as possible. And he doesn't have attendants running up front, so I can definitely do some good damage to him. And right here, his general's running forward, and this was a big micro mistake by his. My matchlock ashigaru is going to get a volley off on them, and they're only 100 range, and I end up killing half of his general bodyguard unit right after the start. And if that had been my matchlock warrior monk, his general would have died there probably, and this battle would have been won from the start. But unfortunately, that's not what happens. I'm just going to get some shots off with my matchlocks and then retreat behind the spear wall, which I did not make thick enough. If you're going to spear wall, you should make it thicker. The long, thin ones are not as strong as the medium and thick Yari walls. So my biggest mistake in this battle is going to be that I do not send infantry units to the middle, which was very silly of me. I put my long Yari Ash into Yari wall and go towards the right flank, but I leave a big gap in the middle and allow myself to get flanked. And over on my left flank, his cav is coming in, and I'm just going to use my cavalry as anti-cavalry duty. And the melee engagement is already underway. I'm just going to pull my matchlocks back. And on the right flank, his light cav is coming in, and I'm just going to try to take them out as quickly as possible, because if I lose these matchlocks, I'm in trouble. Because again, I have an infantry disadvantage. But his melee engagement, he got a good melee engagement off. My left flank is already starting to waver, and I'm just going to try to bonsai with my no-dachi and hold that down as long as I possibly can. And my matchlocks are going to be the only thing that can save me in this battle. I just need to keep them alive. I did a bad job with my infantry engagement and didn't lock down the center, which is obviously the most important, because if you have them running through to your general like what he is now, that's not good. But I'm keeping my cavalry on anti-cav duty, and I'm going to get a nice hammer and anvil off on the left flank, do some damage there, but it probably won't be enough to win that flank. I can do a lot of damage. My middle's holding strong at the moment. My long Yari Ash is wavering, but as soon as I pop hold firm, they're going to stay in melee. And right now, I'm just trying to salvage whatever matchlocks I can and try to get some flanking shots off, because if I get some shots off in the flank, I can win this battle. But my left flank, I don't have enough infantry over there. They're going to crumble. So I need to break the right flank as quickly as possible so I can get all my guys in order. My positioning with my long Yari was a big issue, though. They got flanked, and they just didn't have the killing power that they usually do, because it wasn't attacking straight from the front. But this is still a pretty close game. It's anyone's game. I'm starting to waver a little bit, and it's at this point that I realize that my infantry is not going to be able to win against what he has left. And so, even though my general doesn't have horses left, I'm going to get him out of stand and fight and run away, and salvage the matchlocks that I can, and just start kiting. Because if I can kite him for forever, with my matchlocks, I might be able to pull this out, but my infantry just won't win me this battle anymore. So as you can see, my general's running away, only has 11 men left in the unit, but it was a good thing that I saved him. I really need to keep my general alive, because if he dies, this battle's over. And it was very regrettable that he had the farmhouse, because I had Yamabushi guide, and so I have a speed bonus in the river, and I can keep kiting him, but he has the farmhouse, so he can run pretty much just as fast as I can. And so he will be able to catch up to me, but I need to just get off as many shots as I can. I do have 30 men left in my Matchlock Warrior Monk and 42 left in my Matchlock Samurai, and I can do a lot of damage. If I can maybe snipe his general or do some damage to his remaining infantry, I might be able to win this, and I'm just going to tie him down with my Naginata attendants and keep kiting and pulling back. But one of the biggest issues is that over on the left he has his general's bodyguard with 19 men, and they are mounted up, and so he has cavalry, and obviously cavalry is going to be able to catch matchlocks in melee. But I have two different separate matchlocks, so if I time it right, I can make it so that one shoots, pulls back, the other shoots, pulls back, and I can keep kiting him. And if I can snipe his general, I might still be able to win this. I mean, he does not have very much infantry left at all, and this is going to be a really close battle. I'm getting some shots off on his Yari Samurai, and that was a good target because they have rapid advance and they can run faster than other infantry units. And so I want to get that off the field as fast as possible. He's sending his general around behind me, and thankfully these Naginata attendants are going to come back pretty soon here from routing, and I'll be able to use them to tie them down. But I'm still getting shots off, and he is going to catch my Matchlock Samurai, but if I can time it, and if he's silly with his general and gets them put into melee, and he allows me to shoot at him with my other Matchlock Warrior Monk, I might still be able to pull this out. Because, but it was unfortunate that he had the Morale Shrine, so his units might not rout from a general snipe, but they might still. Yeah, that's the crazy thing about this game. You really don't know what's going to happen until it happens. So he catches my Matchlock Warrior Monk, or my Matchlock Samurai, and I turn my Warrior Monk, and I'm going to get some shots off on that. And I'm really hurting him with my Matchlock Monks there in guard mode. And so even though they're tied down, they can still shoot, and he only has 5 men left. His general's wavering. I'm going to let my general try to finish him off in melee. But he stops wavering because he rallied. And it's at this point that I realized I'm probably not going to be able to pull this game out. If I did pull it out, I would fight Simon in the finals of the DD tournament. But it's looking pretty bad for me at this moment. I have an attendant come back from routing to tie down his units, but his general just won't rout, and I'm trying to snipe it, but it's too late. He catches my Warrior Monks, and that's it. I realize as soon as my Matchlock Warrior Monk is gone that it's over. My general starts to waver, and that is it. Twitchy defeats me in a 3-game series in the DD tournament, and moves on to play Simon in the finals. And I just want to say a really good game to Twitchy. He played really well in this series. His rushes are really hard to deal with. He brings really powerful armies. So we're going to go to the stat screen, and I'll see you in a couple minutes. Alright, so here we are on the stat screen. We almost deployed the exact same amount of men. I deployed 1,815. He deployed 1,770, and I killed 1,340, and he killed 1,461. So it was a game of numbers, and he edged me out ever so slightly. Let's look at the unit statistics. I had a Katana with 150 kills. If I had done a better job with my Long Yari, they would have gotten a lot more kills than 140. But I kind of let them get flanked, and my positioning with them wasn't particularly good. But each of my Matchlocks, my Samurai, and my Warrior Monks got over 100 kills, and that's pretty good stat line for a Matchlock unit. And yeah, my infantry line did alright. I just didn't position it quite right, and his rush ended up being too much for me. I tried kiting with my Matchlocks, and I almost won it, but he had the farmhouse and the Morale Shrine, and I think that let him edge out that victory. Looking at his stats, his Yari Samurai again did insanely well, 200 kills. His Waka Raider We Make Sushis had 168, and his Warrior Monk Cav did quite well as well. So, yeah, it was a really good series to Twitchy. Wish him good luck in the finals, and I hope you guys enjoyed that series, and I'll be bringing you more tournament games, so I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, everybody.